Us in the booth from Saturday Night Live, Seth Meyers. Seth, look at the time. Really?
I stuck around, you guys. I stuck around. You know, I think a lot of people are saying this year there are some fair weather Pirates fans, but I wanted to show I'd stay through the worst weather.
Well, you work the late shift anyway.
I'm always, this is, you know, I'm going to work, whatever, hour and a half from now.
That's right.
On a normal night.
It's no problem for you. You have family around here?
My dad grew up in East Liberty. Sliberty for people from around here. Yeah. But so my dad's a lifelong Pirates fan, and when we decided we'd come out here, this is my first time at PNC.
Let me ask you about this. Did it make you feel a little bit at home, or maybe at work, when the Pirates were introduced to the Saturday Night Live style intro, which is getting a lot of play around the country?
An incredible intro. The guys did a great job. It turns out it's very hard to not be awkward when you have to stare at the camera like that.
Popped up to McCutchen, and Grant Green is out, and he is now 0 for 4 as a major leaguer. Just kind of give us your thoughts on this as it goes by.
Jose did good. I'm assuming, and then you see we have some local stuff. I'm assuming that's Permanis there with the egg.
Number 22.
Andrew's one of my favorites.
I mean, he looks like, I mean, he could be a cast member.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the way he faked it really well.
It's good. You know, they tell you this. Russell knows what he's doing because he looks away and then comes to the camera. You don't want to be looking at the camera the whole time.
These guys have they've got it down.
They did a great job.
They got it. Well, what brings you to town? Just visiting family, or you got something else going on?
Yeah, I was talking to my dad. He hasn't been in Pittsburgh for a long time, and we just decided to make a trip of it. And since we're only here for a night, we decided we'd have to sit through a 2-hour rain delay.
Well, it's 2 hours and 50 minutes, but who's counting?
2 hours and 50 minutes. I dozed off.
Well, you have a new gig.
I do. Starting February 24th. I'm going to have a late night show, Late Night with Seth Meyers, which should be exciting.
You'll be up even later. Well, the pitcher Malone hits it off of Liriano, and Mercer will throw him out.
And that's a bad play by Liriano, because he made a play against the Cubs the other day where he reached around in back of himself and caught the ball between his legs, going with the glove around the back of his body. Now, see, he's lost a step here.
Yeah. Well, he said there's a couple of interesting plays already today.
The deflection works, especially when you got the pitcher running.
I know that helps too.
Yeah.
We talked about the camera before. Your preference, in front of the camera or writing?
Well, I like both. I would never want to be in front of the camera where I didn't have some of the control about writing. And I've been really lucky to have a job. Saturday Night Live is one of the best jobs as far as doing both. So hopefully I can bring that over into my new gig.
Now, you grew up about 15 minutes from where I grew up. We just found out.
Very exciting.
You're from Bedford, New Hampshire. I'm from Nashua, New Hampshire, and my high school used to just beat up on your high school all the time.
Yeah, I thought that was more of an off-camera thing. I didn't think we were going to talk about that.
That's true, but it's true. The statistics
It's true.
He's been waiting since 3 o'clock.
I've been waiting for that since.
You only, when you meet somebody from Bedford, can you brag about being from Nashua.
That's right.
It's a very rare opportunity for you, so I'm going to let you have it.
That's right. But growing up in that area of the woods, Red Sox fan?
Yeah, I grew up a big Red Sox fan. The first game I ever went to was at Three Rivers. But the Red Sox are my true love. But the Pirates are my first love, and it will be really exciting to see this season go the way it's been going.
You know, us rich kids down in Connecticut, you know, we never went to New Hampshire.
Oh boy, here we go. The hits keep coming. You guys not know how to be nice hosts? I'm a guest here.
You are a guest. We're taking good care of you. You know, there's a guy you should write into it.
The parrot?
Something you should write into Saturday Night.
Yeah.
You got to get the parrot on there. Coco Crisp in and out of the glove of Pedro Alvarez, throwing to first, and it's too late. And Pedro Alvarez, that must have stung.
Well, the ball hit that hard. If you don't get it in the right part of the glove, you can have a thumb problem. You can have or you can just have a problem. And that seemed to be just a problem. And he has been playing a very strong third base recently. So he is not happy about that. And usually his strong arm, if he has time, he can just recover from some plays like that and get an out, but not against that kind of speed.
Batter now, Jed Lowry. Lowry takes outside. Now, when you write, just say weekend update. When do you start that? You must love scouring the news and then figuring all the ways you can twist it into the way that you write.
It's great, but we have found SNL, like, it's better for us if a story sort of happens Wednesday, Thursday. You know, if it happens Monday, Tuesday, it turns out by the time Saturday rolls around, all the other shows have had their fair shot at it. There's not much left to talk about. So it's funny how much the timing matters. But, you know, an election year like last year was great.
That's always good material.
Yes.
Isn't it? Now, what about in the summer? And you probably pick up the paper, read the story, some big story, and you're like, oh, boy, I had something for this. But you guys are on hiatus.
Yes. The fact that Elliot Spitzer and Anthony Weiner are both running for office again in New York makes me want to be at work pretty much every day.
Well, with your new show, you will not have as long of a hiatus.
No, we'll get to be on every night of the week, so that'll be really fun. I don't think we'll miss anything that way.
Will there be any SNL influence in that program? Can you bring anything with you?
We're going to try to bring. I mean, I think we're going to be shooting pretty much on the same floor. We'll be shooting on the 8th floor of 30 Rock, so I think we'll be pulling people in as often as possible. You're going to get to fill an hour every night. You're going to ask a lot of favors.
Yeah. That's good. It's good that you're taking over for a buddy of yours.
Yes. So I'm very lucky to have a buddy who's so successful that he moved up an hour.
Again, another one off of Liriano, and Alvarez the throw, and that gets away. And this is a bit of trouble. Crisp will go to third. He'll hold there. And now with 2 outs, the A's have runners at the corners.
Secure the baseball. Get a stick and beat it to death so it stops moving.
I feel like I should say every one of these plays are the plays I made in Little League, so I feel like I'm somehow influencing.
I mean, you don't see too many deflections off the pitcher where you can get a couple outs in a given inning, so I guess we were due to not have it happen.
Error on the throw on Alvarez. And that is how Jed Lowry reaches. And Crisp going first to third once he realized what was going on.
This might be a naive question, but when you're doing weekend updates and that sort of thing, do you ever go back in the archives and study styles or look at that kind of thing?
I grew up watching the show, so I think I was influenced just by watching. You don't want to study it too much because then you find you're just imitating.
Yeah.
But I certainly, back Dennis Miller and Norm Macdonald were guys that were sort of my favorites at the job.
Yep. Dennis, a Pittsburgh native.
Pittsburgh's own.
Did you ever, when you started doing Weekend Update, did you ever get any advice from the original guy, Chevy Chase?
I've met Chevy. I didn't really get as much advice from Chevy, but he's always been really supportive.
Jordy Mercer bobbles him and throws him out.
All right.
Out of time, Seth.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much. Great meeting you, and good luck with the new show.
Thank you.
Looking forward to staying up watching it after games.
And if you ever make it to Bedford, do not look me up.
Okay.
No. February 24th.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks, Seth. Seth Meyers from Saturday Night Live. No score.